Good morning, sir. It is Eric Previn from
All right,
CD.
you've got items 8, 25, 26, 27, 29, and 30.
Thank you. It's Eric Previn from CD2. Item 8, we are denying the protests on a lighting district. It is located in CD7. As you know, sir, there is no representative for CD7, so I feel we should hold off on these kinds of items until there's an actual representative. It's not tolerable, frankly. Item 30, similar, CD7 has a track map that they're approving for a developer. Maybe good, maybe bad, but we should wait until there's representation. Item number 10, thanks to the Budget and Finance Committee for kind of restating the factors for the upcoming calculation. The appropriation for the next year is $5.1 billion.
We don't have 10 before you, sir. Stick to the ones that you filled out cards for and the ones that are before you.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. There's a 7% value, property value uptick also in town, but those numbers are interesting. 26, I believe, the city will not be obligated on this particular program to make payments on the bonds. So we're just kind of serving as a conduit for some bonds. It's about $17 million. I just am concerned that all the revenue to pay the bonds comes from the affordable housing piece, which we all want, support affordable housing, but what happens if they can't make it, if the city's not backing it up? I'm just a little bit concerned about how that works. Item number 11, of course, we are returning to the sidewalks to the owners.
11, we already had public
Sorry, 25,
comment.
you have 3 items on the same issue.
25 and 26.
Yeah, let's say 25, inclusive of 11 and 20, because those are on the same subject of sidewalk and curb repair. I've been out in the districts getting signatures for my mayoral campaign. People are upset, I'll be honest with you. They do not want to have to assume the cost of the city services, but they are, you know, and there are a lot of little rules changes that are moving forward, and some of them are appropriate and helpful, and some of them are obviously a little bit pernicious, as we've seen down here. Item number 24, here we have Buscaino serving as the chair. You do this as well, sir, in public safety, where the chair makes a recommendation. It looks like it's the committee, but it's
You don't have a card in for 24. Stick to the ones you have cards in for.
No, I do have a card in.
No, you don't. You do not.
Well, that's not true, sir. And
Yeah.
frankly, what it is, the item has to do with tree pruning and restating kind of our look at that. And we want to go from $25,000 to $50,000 contracts, which makes it harder for the little guys again. And we want RFPs, sir. Buscaino had the same problem where he gave some landscape architecture work to ACOM, the big people who are building a $2+ billion jail over the protest of many, many residents who don't want to see further incarceration in our communities and don't want to see people for low-level offenders going to jail. It's not a good area, sir. And item number 27 is Mr. Caruso is doing the right thing by providing some traffic guidance. He's got a development out in the Palisades. Now, this is the right kind of thing. Guy steps up and does. Now, I don't like his style of developments that much, though he's a good man, because they're like kind of fake little towns where everybody's dressed up like it's 18th century. That's not what we need in LA right now. Item number 27 is Wesson's street vacation district. You can imagine how this facility works. This is where people come in and get little pieces of public land to facilitate their developments. And item number 21, sir, is the Citizens Oversight Committee for the General Obligation Bond Program. It's $725 million last
You don't have one in for 21 was already held.
Right.
So again,
no citizen oversight.
you're done. Okay, thank you very much. You have 1 more minute for general public comment.
Thank you, sir. It's an exhaustive process. My general public comment has to do with Council Rule 93. Council Rule 93, and today is Dion O'Connell's last day. He's going to be checking out. He was the city attorney who presided for many years over this hall. Says that you got to show everybody the recognized speaker has to be shown in the same frame as you show yourself continuously giggling and, you know, behaving that way. That, sir, is not what the charter calls for. The charter calls for everybody being the same and seen. When people, like all these people today, come down here and go home and watch on television their telecast, or their friends want to see what they said, they won't even see who's speaking. So I ask you and Herb Wesson and Mayor Garcetti to enforce your own rules, sir. This is on the books, Rule 93. It would be a great area. And then people who come down here and talk out loud about not sending women up to Mira Loma, a jail in Lancaster, where women who are increasingly being incarcerated, whereas we're trying all over America to reduce incarceration overall, are being sent to an area where they're vulnerable to valley fever, being sent to an area which is 75 miles away from their families, where they can't possibly get the kinds of connections they need to not receive.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And yes, I think we all agree with you, Mr. Previn. That was exhausting. All right, so with that, the next speaker